Cityscapes.
I couldn't find Cityscapes in your Apple Music library. You can ask me to play a radio station or ask for your music on a different app.
Hey friends, welcome to my channel, Stitch and Chill. Welcome if you are a new viewer, and welcome back if you are a returning viewer. Thank you so much for spending some stitchy time with me. I know it's been a while. I've been lazy about doing FlossTube stuff, but I've been stitching. I promise. I've been stitching a lot. So I have lots of fun things to update you on today, but for the most part, I've just been lazy. If you're new here, my name is Kelsey, and this channel is all about cross stitch and the chill things I like to do while I'm cross stitching. So movies, TV, audiobooks, all that fun stuff. So we'll talk about the stitching first, and then if you want to hear about books and movies and TV and things, we'll do that at the end. So yeah, stick around if you want to hear about that stuff. Okay. Reminder that I do have a spreadsheet linked in the description below with all of my whips, links to the patterns, fabric, all that good stuff, progress, all those things. Yeah, so if I forget to say something, then you can always find it there. So as I said, I've been kind of lazy about doing FlossTube. I've been doing a lot of video stuff for my husband's dance teams. I've been doing my taxes, which is always super fun. Everybody loves taxes. And yeah, just otherwise busy. And when it comes to like, oh, I've got a little time to film, I just haven't wanted to. So anyway, I did in my last FlossTube a giveaway of a couple patterns that I have. They're over here. These couple patterns looking beautiful. And so I tried to make sure that everybody that wanted one got one. I know a couple people listed a few that they liked, but yeah. So let's see, Garden Bloom, which is this one. That one is going to Nerdy Stitchy Witchy. So, yes. And let's see. I want to go in order of what I put on my spreadsheet. Otherwise, I will get lost and I won't remember what I'm doing. Hi. Hi, T-Bear. Okay, Mediterranean Village is this one. And this one is going to Boca Bunny 7151. So, yay. Hi, it's Editing Kelsey, and I have realized I made a mistake when I was announcing the giveaway winners, which I felt like I realized that while I was filming, but then I was like, no, it's fine, but yeah, I messed up. So here we are. The Welcome Back pattern, which is the doors, that one is going to Marissa McConnell. So that one's for you. And then the Garden Vistas, that one is going to Days Weeks. Yes. So, sorry about that. Sorry that you had to get Editing Kelsey, who's been sitting at this computer all day. So, Cityscapes, which is this one, which is one of my favorites, along with the Welcome Home, is, I think it's Stasia 6154. And then Stasia gets a second one because she was the only one who wanted this one. And that is Flower Market. So congratulations if you got one of these patterns. Reach out to me on Instagram if you have Instagram. My handle is the same at xstitchandchill, and yeah, because I'll need to get your address and everything so I can send these. Cool. So that's done. I've only had these patterns like sitting here for, I don't know, a year, 2. And anyway, if you follow me on Instagram, then you probably already saw this finish, but I finished the stitch for my daughter. We bought a frame for it, I just haven't framed it. So this is Story of Tonight, which is by Taylor and Cromwell on Etsy, and it is John Lawrence from Hamilton, and there's like a ton of back stitching in there for their like lyrics. So yeah, it was super fun to do, actually. I enjoyed the back stitching part of it, believe it or not. But we went to the Arc thrift store, and my daughter picked out this fun little frame with like little flowers on it. So that is what I'm going to frame it in. Hopefully it fits. I also love how they named, like on the sticker, it's considered bric-a-brac. I thought that was kind of funny, just because I don't know, like in this region of the United States, bric-a-brac is not commonly used. I know what it is, but like no one says it. Okay, so yeah, that's my finish, and my daughter's really excited about it, and I really liked working on this fabric, actually. So this is Parchment, and it is by Live and Dye LA, and it's a Lugana. It's a 25 count Lugana. So I did this like 1/1 when I did it, and I really liked working on this fabric. It's so nice. I have another fabric from her that I probably showed you guys in FlossTube. If you go back to like my retreat FlossTube, I'm pretty sure it's in there, because I did buy it at the When You Wish Upon a Stitch retreat that I went to in November. And then I was just watching Anna, the Alchemist Stitcher. She just went to Live and Dye LA, had their own retreat in California, and she went to that one, and I was a little jealous. So I can't go to, hold on. Okay, I can't go to When You Wish Upon a Stitch retreat again this year because it's over my husband's birthday, and so last year I ditched him and I went to that instead. Like I left on his birthday, so I was like, okay, maybe I can't go the next year because it's like over his birthday this year. So maybe next year I'll go to the Live and Dye LA one instead. But her stuff is really great if you haven't looked at it or heard of her or anything. Really good. And it's dye, D-Y-E, not die, like I'm gonna die. So yeah, go check her out. But I really liked working on that fabric. I thought it was like really smooth, really pretty, easy to work with. I really liked it. Makes me want to stitch something on the other one, but I don't remember. I think the other one's also a 25 count, or maybe it's a 20 count. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, so I do have a new start. So I have a finish and I have a new start for you guys. I'm feeling very discombobulated. Like I haven't done this in a bit. Okay, we got it though. So this stitch matches my sweatshirt today. And this is one I recently just started. It's for my husband, and it is Xenomorph, which is art by Will Shrike. Will Shrike. And it's charted by Thread Geeks. And yeah, I dyed this fabric myself. If you've been watching, you'll remember it. But here is my start. So this is, I don't even think it's 1,000 stitches, but yeah, I started in the center, and yeah, I've kind of just been like color completing in this small area and trying not to get like too far out because I don't want to have any counting mistakes, and I don't want to grid this fabric. So I think maybe if I eventually grid it, I'll grid it with like the shiny thread instead of doing like a marker. But yeah, I have no idea what part of the chart this is. And it's the middle, that's all I know. And I have a couple parked threads, but I'm not really doing parking all that much. So yeah, that is my start on Xenomorph. And I figure that I can just stitch this one sitting on the couch with my husband, because you're not going to know what it is for the longest time. Especially if I leave it in a hoop and stuff. Like, yeah, it'll pretty much take up this piece of fabric. So yeah, it's not a ton of stitches. It's on the relatively small side. So yeah, how many stitches does it have? It's in my handy dandy spreadsheet. Yes, it has 31,000 stitches. So that's not crazy. That's not a crazy amount. That's pretty reasonable. So yeah, no plans to like finish this anytime. Like, there's no deadline, but yeah, that is my new start. Next is everybody's favorite, and that is my Deathly Hallows, which is art by DJ Vigo, and it is charted by Thread Geeks also. I have a lot of Thread Geeks patterns, now that I think about it. Love Thread Geeks. So if you like they have a lot of fantasy one, but they also have a lot of fandom kind of patterns too. So this one was retired. Like, I bought it and then it was retired, and then it came back, and now I think it's retired again. So sorry, it might come back, I don't know. But yeah, here, I'm gonna take this off so I can kind of unfold it so you can see it, because it's very exciting. I have less than 5,000 stitches left. Almost 4,000 of those are black. We're back to the black stitching, but at least it's not like a giant blob like it was with Death. But anyway, so this is Deathly Hallows, and that is what it looks like right now. So close to a finish, and it's looking so good. I love it. So everything's done. There's a few random stitches over here that need to get stitched in, and I've kind of just like been doing those before I come over here. And then this is all getting done by color completion. So I'll start up here, and with whatever color has the most left, except for the black. And yeah, then I'll stitch all the way down into it until I run out of that color. So yeah, it's really close to being finished. There's not a lot of colored stitches left. There's only like maybe 500-ish there's not much left of the colors, but then it's more black. All of this on the side is black, and then the last two brothers will be black, and then there's black down here too. So, yeah. But I was thinking about doing some kind of like April, all about April or something. I don't know. And just monogamously working on this one in April and then having it be finished in April. So stay tuned. I might do that because I want to finish it. I want to hang it on my wall. It's so beautiful. Here, I'll give you one more gander at it. I'm not going to take it out of my Nerge, but it's beautiful. Love it. And this is one of my oldest whips, so when it's finished, it will feel really good to be like, oh, I'm done. Okay. My desk is a little bit extra messy right now. Okay, so that was that one, and that was an exciting update because it's almost done. I say almost, it's still like 4,800 stitches. Okay, so the next one is Freya of the Valkyries, and this is artwork by Chrisabug, and it's also charted by Thread Geeks. I have like 8 or so patterns by Chrisabug. I love her art. So yeah, this one's the smallest one that I have, and I decided that I've been like hoarding them, when you like get a really nice notebook and you're afraid to use the notebook because it's a really nice notebook and you don't want to waste it on something stupid. That's kind of how I felt about my Chrisabug patterns. So I started one, and I decided to start the small one because then I have a higher chance of it being on my wall eventually. So this one's 50,000 stitches, and it's hilarious because Deathly Hallows is about 50,000 stitches too. So yeah. Anyway, so I showed you what it looked like and where it's at, and here is where it is now. I'm working on her like chest, so I started in the middle, and this is like her skirt coming up. And I'm kind of doing this the same way I did the Xenomorph one, like color completing, but trying not to stray too far so I don't have counting errors, because again, I don't want to grid this. And this is Fiber on a Whim Pistachio 20 count. I think it's Fiber on a Whim, and it's a 20 count Ada. So yeah, she is looking so pretty. I can't wait to get into like her hair is over here and I'm kind of like just slowly working over there, but her hair is like all reds and browns and it's going to be beautiful. Let's see. Yes, it is Fiber on a Whim, and I'm doing this one 1/1. And yeah, it's 50,000 stitches. So it's super pretty. I love working on it. Yeah, so kind of doing color completing-ish, but not really color completing because it's still like, yeah, I'm trying not to stray too far so I don't have counting errors, because I did mess up counting this way on her arm. Everything was just like one row too low, and I spent like an hour stitching it, and then I spent 2 hours pulling it all out. So that was not fun. I do not recommend having that problem, but that's Freya, and the goal is to do 10,000 stitches on her this year, and I'm a little behind on that, so hopefully I can like catch up a little bit. It goes by pretty quick. Stitching 1/1 has been fine. It doesn't bother me. I don't do the loop start. I know you can do a loop start with one thread, but then I have to have my like snag nabbit to pull it through and everything. I just don't want to deal with it. Again, I've been lazy. I'm in my lazy era. All right, So the next one, oh, hello, dog. How are you? Hi. Hi. Yeah, go lay down. Dad doesn't want you to bark at him while he's doing yard work. All right, so the next one that I have is my Steady Thread Blackwork Sal. So this is a free stitch along, and she had a couple different patterns. I chose the scissors, and so this is the whole thing from afar. And then I'll show you the blackwork up close. So it's, yeah, so there's 52 circles inside, so you get one every week, and they're really fun to do. I love it. I think I'm a week or two behind on this one too, and this is on another, I think this one is Fiber on a Whim also, but I can't remember if it's called Parchment or if this is the other one, Homeland or something like that. I don't know. It's the same one I did my Oh Tidings of Comfort and Joy on. So this was what was left of it. So I'm just doing this. This one's all been stitched from stash. So the scissors are Live and Die LA. I think it's Mystic something. I'm doing really good, yeah. But the yellow and the purple are DMCs. And they're just ones that I had sitting around and I thought would look nice. So, yeah. Also, I was watching Thread Gremlins, and she was talking about how she didn't like the Nerge. Caroline doesn't like the Nerge ones because they kind of like rip and mess up her stitches. And so she got a Morgan hoop, and that's what this is. I have two Morgan hoops. So I have this big one, and then I have a smaller one that's only like 5 inches. So it doesn't get used super often with all the big stitching that I do. But I really like the Morgan hoops. I've had this one for a while, and they do really get like tight, and then they keep the tension good on them, and they like really, they have like the lip on the inside so that it keeps it pretty good. I really like the Morgan ones. They only have circles, I think, but this is like a 12-inch one, I think, maybe a 10-inch, but I really like them too. So if you were looking for a second opinion, there you go. All right, so the next one is, and that one's by the Steady Thread. I don't know if I said that. I know I said Blackwork Sal, but it's free, and you can get it on her. You sign up on her website, but then everything's released in a Facebook group. So yeah, if you want to join, it's not too late. Okay, so the next one is Moe and Shandon, and this one is art by Alphonse Mucha, and it is charted by Tilton Crafts. And I only worked on this maybe once or twice. It's not like a priority, but I do like working on it because this is on 25 count Lugana, no, even weave, and I am doing this one 2/1 tent stitch, so it kind of goes by quick, which is nice. But yeah, that's what it looked like before. And then this is what it's looking like now. So I love the colors. They're absolutely beautiful. And her face is starting to look less creepy. But what I've been working on mostly though is this is the first page right here, and I've been working on like filling in what colors are left here. So I'll start here with it, and then I'll just take it wherever it goes. Take it wherever it leads me. And that's kind of how I've been doing this one lately. And yeah, because I want that first page to be like finished, and then I'll probably just keep doing like color complete, like how I did Deathly Hallows, where it's like I'll pick a color and I'll do a bunch of stitches in that color, and if I finish a page, I finish a page with it and dip into the next one. So yeah, And like I said, this one doesn't really have like a deadline or a goal or anything on it. I just like to work on it. So, and it's humongous. Like it goes like way down here. The Ditty Stitcher, Helen, is also doing this one. But hers is charted by a different company. So I'm interested to see what mine looks like once I get to like where she's at, because hers looks like it has a little more detail to it. I don't know. We'll have to compare charts at some point, but yeah, that's that one. And I have been enjoying working on that one lately. And is this the last one? This is the last one, the last whip, and probably my least exciting one, but I do still pull it out every now and then, and that is Schitt's Creek Landmarks. And it's just a bunch of landmarks. It's a lot of block stitching. It's great to pull out when I really don't want to like think about it. So here's where it is now. So I've been working like over here. This is the Cafe Tropical. So now like it's mostly done except for like the windows need to finish, and then like all this space is just the same color. So I'm kind of like dragging my feet because it's boring. So yeah, I think there's windows down here too, and then it's like the Rosebud Motels goes across the rest of the bottom, and then it does say Schitt's Creek on the bottom, but I only have like this much fabric on the bottom after it's looped around. So I'm not sure if I'll do that part because I don't know if I have enough room on my fabric. So, I mean, it's fine. If it doesn't get stitched on there, I don't really care. I know what it is. That's all that matters. Okay, so that is all of my stitching for cross stitching, which is what I've been doing mainly. But I've also been working on some other projects, so I thought I would share them with you. The first one is I'm making this like Christmas quilt. It's like a hexa cookie quilt, and I'm just going to show you a picture because like it's all very systematically like put together right now. Because I'm going to start sewing all of the hexagons, like all of it together. So it was like you make a half hexie and then you decide how you want to put them all out, and then you start sewing the row of the half hexies together, and then you sew those rows together. So I'm on the part where I am sewing the half hexies together in a long row. So I laid it out on my bed, which is not big enough. I don't really have a space big enough to lay down all of it. So I only did 8 rows, and I think there's 16 rows. So I did half. And so I'm going to do that piece, and then I'm going to move on to the next one. I have very low expectations for how this is going to turn out because like already like there's like half an inch between each one, like half an inch, and then the next hexie is like half an inch lower, and then it's a half an inch higher. And I'm like, I think these are supposed to be straight, but no matter how hard I try, they're not. So I think it's mostly because you were supposed to use 2.5 inch strips to do it, and mine were a little bigger than that. And I am not very good at sewing straight lines. So yeah. It's probably my fault, but for my very first quilt top, like it's got to be okay, right? And I want to finish it soon because I want to make a t-shirt quilt for my husband, or just like a memory blanket, t-shirt blanket kind of thing, out of a bunch of t-shirts that he has that he doesn't wear anymore, but that he really likes. So, and then technically he has 2. He has one of just like regular t-shirts that he likes, and then he has one of like dance t-shirts. So I'm going to make the regular t-shirts because we have a bunch of those. So we need a new sick blanket. So he's very excited to have a new sick blanket because the other one obviously got too disgusting. So we had to get rid of it. And it was really old anyway, so it's fine. It was like from before college. It was time. So I'm going to make us a comfy, cozy quilt out of his t-shirts. And then the other thing I'm working on is my English paper piecing hexagon quilt, which is a slow stitching project. So it's all, what is that called? It's all hand sewn together. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word, but in the last video I showed you guys that I had done all of my hexagons pretty much. And now I'm starting to sew them together. So I laid them out in a pattern on my couch. It looks like this. And this is the pattern that I'm going with. So like, if you look at it, you can see where the pattern is and where it repeats and everything. So I'm kind of just following that, and I'll do that, and then I can figure out what comes next. So yeah, this is how far I am. I've done like almost 2 strips of hexagons sewn together here. So it's a little difficult because you have to sew each join together. And so I'm using like a brown, you can see it better on the back, I don't know. I'm using like a brown thread to thread it together because I feel like that fits a little bit more with the color scheme. But yeah, I've gotten that much stitched together. Yay! And this is another one that like I like to pull out when I want to stitch, but I don't really want to stitch. So it's pretty mindless and easy, and yeah, I like it. I really love how it's coming out with all the colors. So yeah. So I feel like it's been so long since I have done one of these that I don't even know if I bought anything. I don't even know if I have haul because I don't know if I bought anything between now and then. If I did, I just bought some like DMC or something, so like nothing crazy. It was on sale at Michael's for like 40% off, which was nice because that was cheaper than the Joann's. So yeah. I have not been to Joann's in a little while either. So last time I went there, it was pretty... It was pretty cleared out. I think they are restocking shelves of certain things, but they're also like not stocking more stuff. Like the scissors and the quilting stuff has been out of stock for a while now. So yeah, if you have a Joann's near you, it's still just fine. I don't think that you're really like getting a steal at this point, especially on like fabric and art supplies and notions and things like that. So yeah. Okay. Future plans. So like I said about the Deathly Hallows is I might just do like, normally it's like a monogamous May, right? But I don't want to wait until May. So I was like, oh, well, because I'm so close, you know, like if I was not as close as I am right now, I don't think I would do, I think I would wait until May. But so I'm going to do April, and I'm going to call it All About a Stitch April. I don't know. So that's what I'm going to focus on in April, is finishing that. I also want to keep working on Freya. I want to catch up on how many stitches I should be doing there. My husband's like walking around the house doing yard work and talking on the phone. So she hears him out there. She's like freaking out. And then I want to catch up on the black work style so I can not fall too far behind, because the goal on that one is just to stay up to date on it. So okay, that is everything for the stitching stuff. So if you are still here, thank you so much for watching. And be sure to subscribe if you made it this far. Leave this video a like. Those things kind of really help YouTube share my videos with more people. And then what's the other one? Like, subscribe. Oh, leave me a comment if you have any questions or anything. I love talking to people and hearing what you guys are working on and all that good stuff. If you are one of the giveaway winners, make sure you reach out to me on Instagram or comment if you don't have Instagram, and I'll send you my email address. And we can figure it out that way. So yeah, now we are going to get into the chill things, if this dog will let me. So We also have a neighbor that like works on cars, and their car's making a ton of noise right now too. So yeah, super fun, super fun. Okay, so we're gonna get into the chill things. I don't have a ton of chill stuff because I don't remember what I've been doing for the last month. I did just think of something that was not on my list. We watched Electric State. No. We watched Electric State, which is on Netflix, and it's like Millie Bobby Brown and what's his name? Chris Pratt, yeah. And so we watched that, and my husband was not really that interested in it, even though he was the one that asked me to turn it on. And I thought it was good. It was cute. And was it amazing? No. Like, was I expecting it to be amazing? No. But I enjoyed it. It was interesting. Pretty cool. And then we watched another movie. Oh, we watched The Gorge. I think it's called The Gorge. It's got Miles Teller and what's her name? The girl from The Menu and The Chess Show. You know who I'm talking about. She was in it, and it's on Apple TV Plus, and I really liked that one. I thought it was pretty cool. It was a lot more sci-fi action than they lead it on to be, but it was still good. I liked it. If you want to watch a fun little like zombie love story, like monster zombie movie that's also a love story. Cool. Okay, so I am currently re-listening to the Shatter Me series. I'm on book 4 now of the 6, and the 7th one, the newest one. There's also a bunch of novellas, which I'm not doing right now just because I don't feel like I have time. But the new one comes out on April 15th. So I'm trying to get through the 6 books before the 7th one comes out. They're by Taher Mafi, and she has another series, This Woven Kingdom, and I love that series too. I love her books for some reason. And so I've been re-listening to all of the Shatter Me series before the new one comes out. And yeah, I love it. I read the series a long time ago and remember loving it, but like rereading it now, I'm like really remembering why I love it so much. If you really like Riddick in Fourth Wing, then you'll really like Kenji. He's super funny and super awesome. And if you are into, somebody said, oh, this has Draco vibes. And I think it was Casey the Stitcher texted me, and I had put up like this is the vibe of the main character. And she was like, oh, he's got Draco vibes. So if you're into the Draco Malfoy romance thing that's going on right now, you'll love Warner. He's the main love interest, and Juliet's a badass. But yeah, you'll love it. I love Warner. Oh gosh, for as far as book boyfriends go, he's top tier. So yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, it's kind of like dystopian sci-fi genre, but really good. Yeah, as long as you can get past book 2, and she's just a whiny little brat the whole time. So yeah, if you can make it past book 2, you're golden. Then I also listened to A Gathering of Shadows, which is the second book in the Darker Shades of Magic series by V.E. Schwab, and I really like that one too. I know when I listened to the first one, I was complaining about the narrator, and I didn't like their voice and the voices they were giving people. And this one has 2 narrators, a male and a female, and the female was great, but the guy still annoyed me because he supposed to be like this hot, young, charismatic prince character, and he gives him this like nasally English accent, like he's so snooty, like that was annoying. It was like, why would you voice him like this? So yeah, still didn't love that, but the story was really great. I can overlook it. And yeah, it ended on a really terrible cliffhanger, and technically I could get the third book from the library right now, but I want to finish the Shatter Me series first. So that might be the first one that comes out after I finish Shatter Me. And by the time I finish the Shatter Me 6 books, the 7th one will be coming out. So I'll be good. Let's see. I finished my Brooklyn Nine-Nine rewatch that I was doing, which was nice. I remember the last 2 seasons get a little weird, but for the most part, it's always good. And then I started Under the Same Stars, which is by Libba Bray. So I had gotten that one in between the Darker Shade of Magic book 2 and getting Restore Me, which is the Shatter Me book I'm reading right now. And I couldn't get into it because I was just thinking too much about how I wanted to keep going on Shatter Me. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to return it, and then I can put it on my list again. Like, the wait list wasn't super long, so it's fine. I'll come back to it. That's not where my brain was at, so I wasn't ready for that. Yeah. And then finally, we've been watching F1. F1 season has started. It was the last 2 weekends, Australia and China. Love watching it, especially like in the last couple seasons, because everyone's so close. Like, they do qualifying, and it's like everybody is within a second of each other. Like, it's crazy. So I think it's kind of exciting and fun. This is the first year I'm doing the Fantasy League, which is my first time doing any kind of sports fantasy league. And the first week I did not do well because half of my drivers crashed. It was really rainy. And then the second week I did much better. So now I have to pick a couple new drivers and a new constructor. And there's some drama going on, so I don't really know what I'm going to do. So yeah, if you ever want to chat about F1 and drama and things, find me on Instagram and we can talk about it. Okay, I think that's everything that I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. And hopefully it won't be a month before I see you again. I'll try to be better. I'll try to be closer to my 2 weeks that I like to do. But anyway, thank you again so much for watching. I was so excited to share some updates with you guys, and I'm excited to share more in the future. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.